Hey guys, what's going on? 21st Century Moses bringing you guys a video, and yeah, I'm recording, I'm just making sure, because I just fucked up a live comm, so as you can see this gameplay, so I'm just going to use it for my commentary, but I was talking over it. I thought I nailed it, you know, I really thought I did something good, but you see here, I'm going to redo it, kind of, sort of. I'm not actually redoing the exact same thing, but you guys feel my drift, but this is going to be a long video, and I'm not saying I am very basketball knowledgeable, but I'm going to say I'm probably more than the average fan or the average person, so I might have maybe a little bit of 2 cents for you guys might be able to stick around and watch this, but if you do, just I hope you guys enjoy. But I'm going to start off with the Los Angeles Lakers. Just going to talk about some hypothetical what-ifs, because that's just how I like doing things. I like to imagine, because that's why I actually picked against the Lakers, and I'm playing as the Clippers because I love playing with the Clippers. It's probably one of my favorite teams to watch. Let's just get it started. So, whenever Kobe signed his contract, going way back, I think he gets $23 million. And say he could have got something around $15 million. We would be at a totally different position that we're in right now. My mom just texted me, but I'm going to ignore her, because I got a very important commentary to do right now. So we'd be in a very different position, because right now the Lakers are actively pursuing Carmelo Anthony, also known as Melo. He's probably the best offensive scorer in the league. I'm not sure who'd also be up there with him. I'd say LeBron's definitely up there with him. Kobe's probably up there with him. He's in his own class, as I'm going to say. So they're actively pursuing him, and he wants his max money. They also kind of want LeBron, but LeBron is going to do his own thing. Nobody can change LeBron's mind. LeBron's going to do exactly what he wants. He knows what he wants. At least I think. But he also wants his max money. And the Lakers have a lot of cap space. So say Kobe could have taken a little bit less contract, they could have got Carmelo with his max money and LeBron with his max money, and that would just be unstoppable. And maybe they could re-sign Pau Gasol. Probably not. They could probably re-sign Nick Young, though. Swaggy P, I like Swaggy P a lot. You know, I think he's a pretty good player. They also got Julius Randle with their 7th pick in the draft. I thought he was going to go somewhere around top 5, because I want to consider that a steal. And let me just say, this year's draft class is so stacked. Oh my gosh. Like, I don't even know where to start. Like, you have Wiggins, you have Parker, Parker is my favorite player to watch in the draft right now. Somebody else tweeted at me. But Parker, you know, I think he is the most ready player in the NBA right now. Offensively, hands down. I think Embiid is going to be probably the best prospect whenever we look at this 7 years from now. Let's just say it's the year 2020, whenever we're looking at it. We're going to say, you know, the Cavs, they probably could have picked up Embiid, but they were just worried about all his health injuries and stuff like that. But Wiggins is not a bad pick, not at all, not by any means necessary. Parker is not a bad pick by any means necessary. Randall is not a bad pick by any means necessary. Marcus Smart, not a bad pick by any means necessary. Like, I don't even know where to begin with this draft class. There's just so many great players and so many steals that I think this is one of those draft classes comparable to 2003. I'm just going to throw that out there, because you had LeBron, you had Dwayne Wade, you had Melo, you had Bosh, you had I think David West as well. Just all these great players that are just really good. And, you know, I think this is one of those times. My headset actually shut off. So, let me go back to Melo. So, alright, so Melo, he's talking about going to the Lakers. He also talked about going to the Bulls, which I think the Bulls would be a very well contender, having a healthy Derrick Rose, having a fairly good Melo, because they made the playoffs without their #1 player last year. I believe they were the 5th seed. And Tom Thibodeau, you got to give him a round of applause. That is just crazy. I don't understand how they done it. You know, let me find a comparable source. Trying to think somebody comparable. Alright, so I'm gonna do it. Probably shouldn't do it. But like, take the Clippers, take away CP3, and that's kind of comparable, I guess you can say. I don't know. But they still made the playoffs. I forget their seed. I think they were the 3rd seed. They probably wouldn't have made the 3rd seed if they didn't have them pretty much the whole time. They didn't have Derrick Rose. I'm not sure how long they actually had Derrick Rose. I think it was maybe 2-3 weeks. Alright, so whatever. But you also have the Knicks that are considering Carmelo with Phil Jackson, because Phil Jackson is a very good, very respectable man in the NBA community. So that just is what it is. Personally, I don't see Melo staying in the Knicks. He wants his max money, so he's probably not going to go to the Bulls. I see him going to the Lakers. So I'm kind of torn between that. I'm not sure how to feel. But one of the other big things in this commentary that I want to talk to you guys about is LeBron James, the best player in the world. What he's going to do, where he's going to land. And there's so many hypotheticals and what ifs. So right now, I really don't know which way he's leaning. But let's just say he stays with the Miami Heat. So he wants his max money. So he's never been the highest player paid on his team before. I believe for the last 4 years it's been Dwayne Wade. Before that, what's going on in my commentary right now? Hold up, everything's going good. But I believe that before it might have been Big Z, Zebo, might have been him. I don't think it was Vergel, if I remember correctly. Back in those days, from 2003 to 2010. I just don't remember correctly. But alright, so say you got this. Say you keep the big 3 in Miami. Alright, so what else are you going to do? You picked up James Napier, who LeBron said was the best point guard in the NCAA last year. So alright, that's why they picked him. What else is going on? You know, Pat Riley's kind of been slacking off on his game. You know, they don't really have that much of a bench presence. They have Ray Allen. They have Norris Cole. I like Norris Cole a lot. They also have Birdman if he stays. But Ray Allen can do a lot of things. There's been some retirement talks about Ray Allen. I'm not really sure if he's set where he is. Shane Battier just retired. He's going to become a ESPN analyst. I believe it's for ESPN, for college basketball. So he's doing his own thing. Haslam, you know, it's not really that much. He plays 100% though. He always plays with his heart. That's the one thing I like about him. Oh, and right here they gave me a technical for bad language, and I wasn't even saying anything bad, so I don't know. It was kind of funny in the game. That's why I wanted to keep the original live com, but I just fucked it up. But that's one of our hypothetical what ifs. Another one of our hypothetical what ifs is, say, you know, Pat Riley says, all right, boss, you know, I know you want to stay, because they're not getting rid of D-Wade. D-Wade's staying there 100%, in my opinion. But say, all right, we're going to have to get rid of you for some cap space, so that way they get LeBron, give him his max money, or at least close to it, then try and get Melo, because Melo wants to win. He wants his rings. He'll be like, all right, Melo, listen here. You got Dwayne Wade, who is aging. He has some health issues, who played 1,400 minutes less than LeBron James last year, and Chris Bosh played 400 minutes less than LeBron James last year. That's where LeBron James wants his max money, one of the contributing factors. But you can listen here. All right, 4 times in a row we've been to the NBA Finals. 2 of those times we've made it. I'm thinking we're doing pretty good. You know, we're a solid team. You say you want to win. I believe that we can do it. LeBron would be like, you know, I carried my team. I need somebody else there to help me. I believe that you can be that man there to help me to score some points and also help get us some rebounds, because that's pretty much all Melo does. He doesn't play that much of vicious D, but that's just how he is. So, that can be one of those things where they end up having a new big 3, get rid of Bosh. I'm not sure where Bosh would go. Maybe Houston. That would be a pretty good spot. They're talking about LeBron even going to Houston, getting rid of Jeremy Lin's $14 million contract. You know, I think he's overpaid, in my opinion. You know, he's actually getting paid more than LeBron right now, if I remember correctly. But get rid of him, have a lot of that cap space. You know, they'd be a very good team. They'd be a contender. I believe they kind of are a contender, but it's just how it is. They're talking about Melo even going to Houston, but I don't think that's going to happen anymore. But I'm not going to count them out. Another one of those hypothetical what-ifs is LeBron moving back to Cleveland, because what happens is he goes back to I know his family goes back to Akron in the offseason. I'm not sure LeBron actually goes. He might stay in Miami. But, you know, it's one of those things where, let me just think, where if he goes, you know, he'd have such a good team, such a young team, you know, for years to come at Cleveland. So he would have Kyrie Irving, who's one of the best point guards in the game. Very promising. They're getting a new coach from some Europe league. I'm not sure. He has a very good reputation. I'm not sure his record is, but I know he's respectable in that sort of sense. But if I was the Cavs, I would have held it off so LeBron would actually have a deciding factor. That'd be a more of incentive. But so Kyrie might develop under him. You also have D. Waiters, who is a pretty good player. You know, I respect him a lot. I think he can give him a little bit more time, and he can actually turn into be something. They were talking about putting Wiggins at the 2 spot, which I'm not sure how they would do. But say LeBron comes back, you would also have LeBron maybe at the 3 or the 4. Say Wiggins is at the 3, LeBron's at the 4. Then you have Varejao at the 5 spot, possibly. So that'd be a pretty good team. That'd be a team that is a contender. That would be a team that would beat the Heat, that would beat the Pacers, that would beat the Bulls, that would beat any other team in the beat Toronto, beat any other team in the East, in my opinion. So they're going to go back to the finals. I'm not sure who they'd go up against. If I had to say a team, I'd probably say OKC, because I think Kevin Durant is going to get his time. I just, you know, he's getting better and better. I think if he actually just puts in some work over this offseason, say he gains 15 pounds of muscle, which is not going to be lean muscle, obviously. But say he just does that, I think that would be just crazy. You know, he'd be a lot better in the post. He'd be in this post game. He'd be able to finish a lot more and better. I don't know what board is. I'm talking about fucking boards over here. What the hell? So that would be a thing. They've also even talked about having K-Love come over to the Cavs, which just kind of blows my mind. I'm not sure if they're going to want to give away their number 1 spot, Wiggins, for K-Love. Been a lot of talks about that, if people are going to do it or not. But they were talking about getting rid of Anthony Bennett, which Anthony Bennett, I don't know what to do with him. Just Dan Gilbert, he wanted Victor Oladipo, which would have been so much better player. But Anthony Bennett was wanted by the front offices, so that's why I ended up getting him. The front offices also wanted Parker this time, but Dan Gilbert got his way. So I say either put him in the D League, try and trade him away to somebody. I'm not really sure. Maybe the Timberwolves want him. Also, maybe get rid of Tristan Thompson. I believe they have him. Maybe a Jarrett Jack. I'm not really sure. Just try and do a bundle deal for K-Love, because that way the troops are ready for battle. Thanks, dog. So that would just be an unstoppable team. Having Kyrie, if they were mean to keep D. Waiters, they could probably do him in the sign for K-Love. Having Wiggins, having LeBron, that would just be such a good team, in my opinion. And that would be good for years to come. You know, it's not a team where they're going to have to worry about health injuries. LeBron, he's 29 right now, and the best player in the world. He probably has, I'm going to say, another 7 years in his prime at least. So, you know, that would just be such a good, I'm going to call it a love story. It would be such a love story for Cleveland. You know, they're so lucky. They end up getting good picks in their NFL draft. They end up getting Johnny Manziel, so then they end up getting Wiggins, and then maybe they're going to get Drake, or they're going to get up getting LeBron as well. So Drake's might going to have to go back to Cleveland, or might have to relocate to Cleveland. I'm not sure that's going to work. I just think that's kind of funny. But what else hypotheticals are there that I can talk about? I'm not really sure. I was talking about some more in this live com, but I've lost my train of thought in this commentary. Even though I probably lost more in the live com, to be honest, because I've been playing this game and I was wanting to win. Beatboxing because I don't know what to talk about. But I just, you know, I think we're going to see in this next week how things go. Melo, he's been in LA having some meetings. I really think Melo's going to go to LA. You heard it here first. LeBron, you know, it's kind of a coin flip between Miami and Cleveland right now. I just think that's the way it is. You know, I don't really know what's going to happen. Only time will tell, but they say he's probably going to give his decision before he goes to Brazil for the World Cup, which they said was Saturday. when he's leaving. So, you know, also I heard he's going to Vegas for a meeting today on his private jet, so we don't really know. He doesn't fly American Airlines, they were saying. But there's just so much hype, talk, speculation, and everything that's been going on. You know, this is one of those reasons that I love the NBA. But my favorite team is also the Boston Celtics. Just gotta throw that in there because we have the history, we have everything else like that. You know, hold on, let me get a drink of water. I've been talking for 15 minutes. Actually, more close to an hour because this gameplay. So we have the Boston Celtics. We have Rondo, who has been such a great player. You know, I picked a team. No, I wanted to get into basketball. I think it was 2007, and I watched them. I'm like, all right, this is gonna be such a great team. I'm gonna watch them. This is gonna be my team. Because, you know, I kind of didn't really have a special team, you know, to watch. But I liked the Celtics because they had Larry Bird, who's from French Lick, who's pretty close to around here. He's a local legend, I'm going to say, Larry Legend. So we played for the Celtics, so we always had a love for them growing up. But I always say Michael Jordan's been the best player, and he's from the Bulls. So kind of like the Bulls, respectable organization. I've always liked LeBron. I've liked him in Cleveland. I've also liked the Heat team. I've liked the Heat ever since, I think it was 2006 when they won their championship, when they had Shaq. But let's be real, D-Wade won it for them. But let's just talk about the Celtics. You know, they picked up Marcus Smart with their 6th pick, he was a pretty good pick. But it just makes me wonder if we're going to get rid of Rondo and keep Smart as our starting point guard. I'm not really sure. It's kind of iffy. And, you know, I really don't know. At one point, they were even talking about having K-Love as well as Anthony come over to the Celtics. This makes me so happy, and I was liking it so much, but I'm not sure that's going to happen now. But Danny Ainge, probably one of the best GMs in the game. Next to Phil Jackson, next to, I don't know, probably the Spurs, because they make moves over there in San Antonio. I'm not sure how they do it. They're probably, they set the bar, so let's just put it that way. So, our 17th pick, I believe we got James Young, which I knew he was going to be a steal. I'm not sure who he was going to go to, but, you know, I'm happy that he ended up going to the Celtics. I believe we also get 2 first-round picks next year. I believe one of them's from Brooklyn, so hopefully Brooklyn tanks. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure. You know, I just don't want Brooklyn to do good, so that way we get a better pick. But I'm not really sure. We need a big offensive guy, so I don't believe Humphries is shutting it down. I want a nice center, so maybe we can do something like that. But, you know, I guess it just is what it is, and this commentary is coming to a wraps, even though it's only halftime of the gameplay. And second half was probably a better gameplay to watch, but oh well, fuck it, guys. It just is what it is. But I hope you guys liked the video. If you did enjoy this video today, comment in the comment section below what you thought about the video. Follow me on Twitter. There's going to be a link in the description below. My name is Moses. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video today. Have a great day. Go out there and be happy.